Right, here we go. WLDL 2025 got two teams battling out again on this lovely Sunday. Special Agent Blob versus Make Turbo again. I think they've casted both of these teams before once. Um, yeah, these guys are I think they're in the Wex division. Kind of throwing this together quickly last second, so do bear with me. When thins up. Yes, Wex confirmed. Yeah, not sure if these two teams have played each other before, but definitely a few recognizable names here. Bands coming out already. So we've got Make Turbo again is banning out Queen of Pain, and Special Agent Bob going with the standard good old CM support ban. We're gonna see a Zeus ban as well. I mean, overall, I don't know. Probably these bans, hopefully a bit of research has been done behind them. Probably banning out some heroes that they don't want to play against. We're seeing an OD ban, Bristleback ban. I know that Bristleback ban is directed specifically towards Batman. Uh, Known Batman to play the position 1 Bristleback. And we've got a Drow ban as well. And Special Agent Blob, now going to ban out Tidehunter. I mean, nothing too exciting so far about these bans, but oh, we've got first pick Dragon Knight. Very strong hero right now. Definitely, if that hero is not banned out, not surprising to see a team pick that up right away. The hero just needs two items, and it feels like it just kind of starts to dominate the game pretty hard. See if Make Turbo again's got some tricks up their sleeves to try and counter this DK. Of course, Shadow Demon. Not too bad against it, honestly. It does have a break in the kit if he ends up going Ags. Disruption certainly can control the hero. Put out a few illusions of itself to attack it, so too bad on that one. Definitely can also save a hero if and hero ends up getting stunned by Dragon Knight. Just put him into a disruption ball. Keep him alive. It looks like the Special Agent Blob ban out the Necro to protect the Dragon Knight, sort of a natural Dragon Knight counter. I'm also going to ban out the Abaddon. Seeing a lot of Abaddon bans. So much so that I've actually haven't really seen the hero played too much in this tournament. But understandably so. I mean, the hero provides a lot of very secure lane with healing, and then just kind of into the late game, kind of a hard hero to play into. It ends up getting jumped. It kind of just shakes it off pretty well and acts as like a early warning system for the team. We're seeing a Vengeful Spirit ban on Make Turbo again. Uh, Also a strong hero to have in your pool. The saves and the armor reduction definitely is something that would actually pair pretty nicely with the Dragon Knight. The hero does a lot of physical damage and it has a new facet of armor reduction, so stacking that up. So they're going to opt for the Pudge pick. We do have some changes on Pudge. I think overall kind of buffs to the hero. He did lose the ability to chew on his own teammates and keep them safe with his rot or his dismember. But he does have a right-click damage buff with a facet. And Special Agent Blob taking the Jakiro. No surprise there at all. Probably one of the stronger supports that we're seeing so far. Um, Put a nice buff onto its ice path. And then if they opt for the other facet, which is an interesting one, I haven't tried it myself, the other facet, but um, imagine you can probably start to spool out some pretty good high damage right click with it. Pudge is a funny pick. I mean, it's a fun hero to pick, fun hero to play. Ooh, we got a Marcy. I like to see that. Then followed immediately by the Razor. Both teams just ripping through these picks pretty quickly. Seems like they got some good plan in mind about what they want to run here. Marcy, of course, great sort of hero to run with a fast tempo lineup. Can be played as a support, but also position 3 could swing pretty well. And I'm sure there's some people that can run it as a mid or pause 1 as well. A little bit dependent on the alt for damage, but just a great hero to start engagements. And it has a new facet where it can pull one of his own teammates with the rebound. Interesting hero to see being played. Definitely good to play against. Can cancel a Pudge alt. Can kind of move away from the Razor quickly. If Razor ends up linking themselves to the Marcy, I think Marcy could kind of just jump away if the rebound is available. And then make Turbo. Turbo is going to grab the Juggernaut. Likely is their position 1. So Pudge could be a mid, could also just be a pause 4 or 5. And likely running the Razor, maybe mid, maybe position 3 as well. Being Slardar coming out on Special Agent Blob. Nice damage reduction, making right clicks from DK gonna hurt that much more. Same with the right clicks from Marcy as well. Just overall a strong sort of hero to put in your front line. Not many heroes want to stand up to Slardar in the front line, so good pick there. Might fall a little bit short if they end up running into a bunch of illusions or having to get kited. Slardar can get kited a bit. So likely now picking their mids, I'm guessing. Certainly some of these heroes can run mid. We're seeing a sniper ban on the special agent Blob side. I mean, nobody wants to see sniper in a game, so all for that. Um, See what the make Turbo again wants to run here. Okay, they ban out the Wind Ranger and the Shadow Demon. Likely 2 strong mid heroes, and Special Agent Blob is going to ban out the Pugna. Not wanting any decrep, not wanting any disarm. Likely also provides a good amount of tower push, which I think at this point, I mean DK is pretty good at pushing towers, but Turbo again might want to buff themselves up in that area. Thinking about this one for a little bit. A mid matchup. I mean, it could be a Razor mid. Probably unlikely though that they would kind of just hold out their pause 3. I mean, picking some of these heroes so that they're flexible and able to jump in other lanes, you can kind of start to think about which lanes will do well against the enemy team's lineup. I think Razor into Slardar. That's an interesting one. We're gonna go with the DP on Special Agent Blob. Strong ultimate. mean, you have a lot of sort of base team fight between the Dragon Knight and the Death Prophet. Fighting into that's going to be pretty tricky. Make Turbo again. Other than the Omni Slash, don't have a whole lot of burst damage for the Death Prophet right now. Certainly Pudge can put out a lot if it ends up getting a good hook, but probably want to see a lot more burst damage come out for Make Turbo again, seeing that Death Prophet. Special Agent Blob rocking quite a tanky team, honestly. Even Jakiro as the support, that hero has quite a bit of health on it. In their reserve time, they only got about 20 seconds left. Definitely thinking about this last pick. Something bursty. Something super bursty. Lena? Lena's bursty? They're gonna go Timbersaw. Yeah, solid pick, honestly. Very good against Dragonite, Marcy, and Slardar. Able to do a lot of damage to strength heroes and provides a decent amount of burst for Death Prophet. I was playing Timbersaw today against a Death Prophet and we were able to take her down a few times with it, so I think generally a good pick. And this might be a Razor mid. We'll see. I'm not sure where these players play specifically, but see how the lanes shake out. In terms of hats, Pudge having a literal top hat. Marcy looking vanilla. There's not a whole lot of skins for Marcy, so a bit of grace there. But if I have to pick a whole team to win in terms of hats, that's a Naked Jug. I think I'm going to have to give this to Special Agent Blob. The Jakira looks decked out. DK looks decked out. Slardar definitely decked out. Death Prophet, it's definitely the more interesting skins that I've seen from Death Prophet. That hero, I feel, doesn't have a whole lot of skins that stand out. Yeah, the most classiest on this is Pudge right now with his top hat on the side of Make Turbo again. Shadow Demon's got some pieces, but nothing super standy outy. Giving it to Special Agent Blob for the hats. All right, we're going off. Game one, Special Agent Blob versus Turbo again. Both of these teams going to duke it out. I don't know where they're standing in terms of their wins and losses. Now that we're in week 4, going into week 5. Let's see how it goes. Okay, on the side of Special Agent Blob, we have Batman rocking the Slardar. We have Strilling on the DK. Linkticus on the Marcy. G $ y'all is playing the Jakiro. G money? G $. And missing somebody here. They're all grouped together. I can't see their names. Spackle is playing the Death Prophet. On the side of Make Turbo once more, we've got Junior playing the Juggernaut. Exopox playing the Timbersaw. Waffle Eats Pancake on the Shadow Demon. The Trash has arrived on the Pudge. And lastly, we've got Ronan Swanson playing the Razor. Both teams gonna kind of face off here. Going up this high ground, right in there. Marcy ready to grab that DP and get the stun and first blood off. He is in there with the spin, but gonna go down as well. That's 2 down on the side of the Dire. Health getting quite low on Radiant, but no one down yet. Another toss by the Marcy, but goes down. Lardar goes down to the right click of the Pudge. And the Razor goes down as well. Both these teams not hesitating to put some hurt on each other. And I think that was, what was that? That was 3 and 3? 3 and 2. 3 and 2. 3 and 2. 3 and 2. No, there's 3 deaths here, but only 2. No. 3 and 2. 3 and 2. Alright. They put the Timber in the mid lane, on the side of Turbo. Against Death Prophet, might be a bit tricky. Death Prophet does have the Spirit Siphon to kind of keep the health up and keep the health low on the Timber Saw. In the safe lane bottom, we've got DK and the Jakiro versus Shadow Demon and the Razor. Yeah, I mean, DK sports a lot of health. Razor does have the static link eventually. That's gonna kind of be able to control the fights in the lane a little bit. I'm pretty sure if you go Disruption, if you link and then Disruption, the link still stays. So that's a good way to kind of keep a hero underneath the static link if they use that. And overall, just Jakiro strong laners, so it'll be interesting to see how that lane shakes out. In the top lane, we've got Junior getting pulled back and stunned, but a nice hook by Trash has arrived to pull that Jug out of a tricky situation there. Yeah, these two, the Slardar, oh, we've got a kill in the bottom lane. That was already done for Razor, getting the DK already. Guessing the Disruption was used? Not sure how that shook out, but big tanky DK taken down already. Mid lane, Saw already getting harassed quite a bit. Getting low. Got 10 last hits on the Death Prophet on the top. Batman and Pointica is not hesitating on any time here to kind of assert themselves in this top lane, but a hook comes out, not quite under the tower, but into the juggle spin. There's a knight. There we go. See that facet at work right there. Rebound, grabbing an ally and just getting them out of a tricky situation. First time I've actually seen that rebound in work. I'm guessing their range is a little bit lower. Is that how this works? Didn't look like it was a super far one, but in the bottom lane, we've got Ronan Swanson looking for a second kill in this lane. Will go take down the Jakiro, but getting low themselves. Fire Breath is ready. Does not need it. That was the core for the support there. Not the best of exchange, but both teams now rocking 4 kills on both sides. Stream is pretty behind in client. Yeah, I have to do a 5-minute delay, so that's just the tournament rules. So there's no shady business going on. Exopucks on the Timber, a bit low. Timber in the mid lane, I mean, you don't get the tree advantage that you normally get in the other lanes, but certainly a hero that appreciates having levels. See if they can kind of pull themselves here. They're lagging a little bit. The last hits. We do have that, able to kind of scoot themselves out, but DP, Spackle, doing a good job to sort of control the lane here. Meantime, in the top lane, getting some pulls off on the big camp. Got the link on Strilling. Ice Path out, but see, we're seeing that disruption to keep them there, to keep that damage meter going up and up. DK has to run back, is doing negative 36 damage, negative 24 damage. Healing every time he right clicks, maybe? That'd be interesting to see. No, don't think that's how it works, but he's doing pretty well in that lane, though. Second in the last hits. These are ways a little bit behind for getting the last hits. And getting the stun and also the pull onto it there, but the hook goes out, connects with Pointicus, on the but Batman in a bit of trouble here. Gonna have to scoot himself back. The healing ward is out to heal back that damage that we got there. But there we go in the mid lane. Cool, gets the kill on the Timbersaw. Surprising there. This Death Prophet does have a lot of kit to kind of wear down the Timbersaw. Not a great matchup for the Dire team in that mid lane. Hopefully the Timbersaw pick will pay off later in the game against the strengthy, tanky heroes that Special Agent Blob have. Now the Slardar can't quite make it up to the Pudge with the Rot there. And speed. Not quite there yet. The Lotus is being contested in the bottom lane here. Link is out. And that damage is going down. That DK is now not doing any damage with that right click. Oh, in the mid lane once more, Spackle finding out that Timbersaw and taking them down with the Exo. Very dominant performance so far in the mid lane. So far, Dire team on the top of the last hits, or sorry, the Radiant team on the top of the last hits. EP having a massive lead. In the top lane, we've got the spin going out, but... Ooh, double jump and stun. The hook goes out to connect with the Marcy. Ooh! Is a stun on hit? I'm a little confused who did. It looked like Marcy did the stun, but that stun was probably from the Slardar. I don't think Marcy just has an innate right-click stun. That was added. Junior looking low. Gotta get some healing. Kind of pushed out of that safe lane. Looks like Jakiro gets found out by Ronan Swanson and Waffle. It's a kill for the Dire side in the bottom lane. 6-6 now. Both teams. Good aggression in their off lanes. Looks like the mid tower gets denied by Exo. We have a kill on the top side. Looks like they find the Juggernaut. And gonna be another kill here under the tower in the top lane. It's 3 heroes down on the Dire side. The Link goes out through the disruption. The dragon comes out and gets the movement speed to get out of there. Oh, lots of pressure being applied here by Ronan Swanson and Waffle, but overall the DK is getting the last hits from the lane. I'm going out. In terms of net worth here, kills kind of play out. I think a massive lead on this DP. Quite scary. 8 minutes and already 5,300 net worth on that hero. Looking for this Timbersaw, just lane has been completely shut down. Lane here. It's like Boots of Travel out on the DP. Gonna come to this top lane, secure the kill. Onto the Pudge. Nearly gets the Marcy before he dies, but it's not enough damage on that hook yet. DK here in the shit. Lots of damage. Ultimate committed, and then Dragon will go down under his tower. Actually, support was busy elsewhere. This happens. And Swanson committing now on the Jakiro too. Wants a second kill here. We see that second stun Ice Blast at work. Winicus coming down here to help out his fellow support. Pulls him onto the other side, and Ultimate comes out. They're gonna try to beat down the Razor. Does go down. Spackle joins in with this quick Boots of Travel, ready to kind of move around the map. Get pressure where they need. It's Popo gonna just try to get a bit of catch up here in the mid lane. Also, just FYI, audio is not coming through in client. Okay. I'm seeing it go up and down.
Yeah.
And I hear it coming through on the stream. And Junior is JR, noted. Apologies for that. Ex-Popo getting gone on. It's low and DP takes them down. Massive pressure being applied now by Special Agent Blob. He did pick up a kill on the DK once more in the bottom lane. Going in now, we got the Marcy move. And on the Jug is going to try to TP out, but both Bard just not quite high enough to manage that TP time. Both teams getting really aggressive now. I mean, Special Agent Blob just kind of took over mid and then took over the top lane here. I'm going to be able to apply a lot of pressure from the Dire jungle. DK Strilling coming in on the mid lane. He wants farm. It's a piece of that mid farm action. Looks like Spackle's just hanging out bottom, getting that safe flamed farm. No rush to go anywhere. It's a TP up in 10 seconds, ready to engage the map where they need to. Looks like we got a hook onto the DK. Actually pulling them out. Batman is in. We got a nice macro pirate down. JR going in. But ult's going out. We got Spackle all here with the Exo, doing massive damage onto the Dire team. Awful, in trouble here. Goes down as well. JR just has to get out. That's a already massive snowball at 12 minutes coming out of the DP corridor. You see how this Marcy is just able to apply just that tiny little bit of pressure, tiny little bit of displacement for the teammates. Going a long way in these fights. JR in the bottom lane now. Gonna get some farm here to catch up. The 6k lead on the side of Special Agent Blob. Now Strilling in dragon form, applying pressure onto this bottom tier 1. That man gets linked onto, pulls back and breaks the link. Lots of pressure here by the Dire. We've got 4 heroes in the bottom lane. Strilling in some trouble here. Getting spun on. He will go down. Stun out. And then there's the Marcy pull out. But Spackle is in, unfortunately. Heals, but that's a lot of heroes that are on them. Heals run out. They managed to take down Spackle. First death. A lot of gold. Probably a lot of gold. That was nearly 2,000 gold for the side of the Dire, just from probably mostly just Spackle alone. Hero was rocking 12 kill win streak, so big swing there. Got some of these items that are being built. We've got Blade Mill being completed on the Razor along with a Falcon Blade. Working on Yasha, probably going for a Sanj Yasha. Timber Saw working on that Blade Mill as well. And we're going Maelstrom on JR, the Juggernaut. Going for the Blink. The advantageous positioning of Blink for the Pudge. Jakiro going for Yule Scepter. Good for canceling. Good for canceling Pudge ult. Good for saving yourself in the Juggernaut ult. Yule Scepter the Razor if he's linked onto somebody to make that space. A good choice of support item, I think. You see the Witchblade and Boots of Travel on the DP. Looking towards. What is this? What is this? Is that a Bloodstone? No. Change some items. They've changed some items. What does this Celemani thing build into these days? Octarine. Yeah, yeah. And what do we got here? And we got a armlet on the DK. Working towards the Mask of Mammoths. This is kind of the most peace that we've had in this game. The first 15 minutes have just been absolute brawls on both sides, but now both teams just taking a little bit of time to finish some items. Tier 1s are down on the side of the Dire, so a little bit more map to kind of control. We're going to see that I'll go off and JR getting caught out in their triangle. We do have the X-Sword up, or Special Agent. They're going to use it to apply pressure onto this Tier 2. The Timbersaw coming in to see if they can provide some defense here. This path goes out, Macropyre goes out, that's going to push them further back and secure the pressure onto this tower. She has the TP if needed, but looking around for now. Swanson eyeing this. That tower's just going to go down. Much they can do at this point while that Exo is up. Waiting into that Exo is not going to feel good. We're taking the tower and starting to split now. Let's see if the Dire team are going to move on this. Doesn't look like it. Just look like they're just going to take the farm that they can. You have the Mask of Madness on the DK now. I mean, just those two items are just going to put out a massive amount of damage. They did opt for this Fire Dragon, which it still has the splash. Now every facet has the splash. And that in itself is like... The hero just needs to right-click and into a group of heroes that are standing next to each other, and it's a massive amount of damage. There's not a lot to it, but that's it is. That's what that would it be. Got the Pudge Blank working towards a Ghost Scepter. Wants to mitigate some of the right click, probably from the Slardar, probably from the DK. I think the Exo does not hit you when you are sceptered because it's physical. It's physical. To watch that, can't remember exactly. The Exo does go out now to apply pressure onto this bottom tier 2. Thinking Turbo is just going to also let that go. They just need some catch up here before they try to fight into this massive lead that the Special Agent Blob have at the moment.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Timber working towards a Kaya. Waffle going for that Agnum Scepter, wants the break on the ultimate. Definitely DK, good hero to break. Lardar won't accumulate bash charges to break. Witchcraft gets broken. Cooldown reduction. Not so much for the DP, I don't think. Well, mostly probably for the DK. Juggernaut does have the Maelstrom working towards the Manta style. For the silence coming out of the DP. Good for pushing lanes. Good for dodges if you can swing them.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Spackle here does not have the ultimate, but our team thinking about just applying pressure onto this tier 1. They're grouped up. They do have vision. You do see this Marcy. Goes for the hook, connects. Marcy goes out. Puts a damage onto him. Ultimate goes out by the Juggernaut and takes down Slaughter and Marcy. Spackle still does not have the Exo, but Doing lots of damage. Oh, there's the Roshan throw onto the Shadow Demon. Roshan getting their fill of this fight as well. Love that mechanic. Love the mechanic of Roche just running back and forth between the river. Causing havoc in the fights. I've already been killed by that Roshan once. Nice peaceful mid lane. Sudden Roshan comes and throws me into the other mid laner. That sad day. A good pushback on the side of make Turbo again. Make Turbo great again? I don't know. Is Turbo ever great? Turbo's Turbo. How do you make Turbo more Turbo? Less Turbo? Let's make it more Turbo. Well, putting out the Exo. Gets stopped by the Waffle. Batman's in there, ready to catch out the Razor here. He's gonna go down. Hook goes out, but does not connect. Be one hero pickup. That Exo. And they're gonna go for this Roche now. A decent amount of time left on this Exo to apply damage. Do have the corrosive haste mixed with that physical. This Roche is gonna go down really quickly. It's gonna be a Aegis onto the DK.
Shed no tears. Farewell, sweet angel.
DP still sporting that massive lead. 13k gold. It's then the Razor and the Juggernaut trailing behind. Let's see. Sanj now on the DK. Probably going Sanj Yasha. Looks like we're gonna get a Shiva's, I'm guessing, on the Timber Saw. We do have the Manta style now completed on JR. That's and Y on the Razor. What are these neutral items? I don't know if I have time to check these neutral items. These guys are going to fight in a second here. Gossamer's Cape. Nice to sort of dodge that one nasty hit. So will be committed now on this last tier 2. Dire team looking like they're going to defend this. Pudge ready to make a hook. Hero applying nice pressure here, moving forward. Batman finds the Pudge. Ultimate will go off from Juggernaut. Proxy goes in. Macropyre onto 4 heroes. Exopod just burning up in that Macropyre. Razor going in, try to apply some pressure onto this invading force, doing some decent damage, but 3 heroes on him, he will go down. And Strilling in the front, applying his dragon damage onto JR, he goes down. Aegis now popped. Just Waffle left here to defend the high ground on his own. Good overall push and use of the Aegis and Exo to take down that tier 2 and apply pressure here on the high ground. That Pudge blinking in. Goes out. No connection there. So that was a fast Exo. What is this cooldown? Yeah, they got the Octarine core on it now. A shorter cooldown on the Exo. Be a good purchase. I mean, if you can fight around Exort in every fight, you're feeling good. DD spotted in the river. Man working towards a BKB. Tagger for the Juggernaut. Able to position themselves better in fights to be able to get a more effective Omni Slash. Definitely a good pickup.
Soldier's fortune.
Looks like we've got some drawing happening into the triangle, dire triangle. They want to take over this triangle. keep up the pressure and just kind of choke out the farm from the Dire. No Tormentor. Tormentor is this different now kind of objective that's like hook onto the DK. Let them know. Let them know that there is a Pudge. Ready to hook them. Nice hook even around that catapult. Little curve on it. Do spot him out here again. Looks like they're marking. They just want to push the top lane now. Fox getting back. Let's have the Veil of Discord. The Shivas is going to help to reduce some of that healing that goes on for... Oh, hook does connect there, on to the DK. Down goes the Jakiro and the Marcy. Good hook, on trash has arrived. DK is still alive. GR in a position here though, getting chased down and exorcised. The exorcism. And now they're gonna take up this high ground. Lots of health on the DK. Spackle getting low here. Let's have the Yules. Gonna start healing off of these Leafins. And able to get a stun off to kind of control a little bit there, but Spackle does go down through the Shadow Demon. It's 3 down on the side of Special Agent Blob. Not quite the high ground offensive that they wanted. And good defense on the side of Turbo. And Swanson now working towards a pipe. And definitely the pipe will help if you end up in the unfortunate situation where you're sitting in a macro fire. And then certainly some of DK's spells. And DP does have magic damage coming out as well. With the Spirit Siphon and Crypt Swarm. Magic Resist will help their team out for sure in these fights. The Force Staff on the Jakiro. Just commendable support item. EKB being built on the Marcy. Definitely going to allow the hero to stand in the front a little better. What the hero likes to do. We do have the Shard on Shadow Demon. That's going to give them the Demonic Cleansing. Nice purge and heal for teammates. Used to give charges. I think they nerfed this quite a bit over time. At one point I think the hero had 3 charges on both. The Agnum Scepter. Just kind of slowly nerfed it over time. Okay, working towards Shadowblade. Over's Edge. Maybe wants to break the Timbersaw. I mean, Shadowblade, decent item to kind of reposition yourself and find yourself in a eerie situation. Any other invis on this map, so that game for it.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Waffle going for the Glimmer Kit. More invis on this map.
Tower is under siege.
You have a smoked up ninja geared Monticus. Kind of eyeballing here. They're thinking about making a move here. Go Pox, not getting found here. Just a 4K lead now on the side of Special Agent Blob. Turbo have done pretty well in the last 10 minutes, 5 minutes to kind of eke back some net worth and XP lead. Everything now working towards a BKB. Nice, solid, safe bread and butter item. think this is gonna go through it though. I think Demonic Purge does pretty well against DK. Thanks for movement. Not so much attack speed. Finding a way to kind of limit DK's attack speed is a good kind of method to handle that hero. I do have the Shivas now on the Timber Saw. That's going to help a great deal. Now we get towards Nullifier on the JR, on the Juggernaut. Does JR stun for Juggernaut? Juggernaut, right? Come on. Ocean, getting caught here by Special Agent Blob once more. It's going to be another Aegis on the DK.
Radiant's top tower is under siege. Radiant has lost their top tower.
Swanson, pipe completed. Also a big item for them, I think. Let's see a shift here in these fights a little bit. With that Shiva's End pipe. Two auras that are gonna... bit of a difference here. High volume up top here. Spread over the mid and the top lane. DK commits the ult and applies pressure. Has the Aegis. Yep, his own illusions are doing a decent amount of damage to him. Even that DK, the taste of his own medicine, Batman is in. Flipping out now, Macropyre down. Two heroes, huge Juggernaut ult. Goes out, gets both Spackle and Ponticus low. Radiant looking a bit low on the health. The Aegis did go down. Brawl looking like a really good defense so far. And Swanson on the low ground. Lots of health being lost on the side of the Radiant. Heroes went down. They did get the Aegis down. So they're going to back off here. Punchback on the side of Turbo. Very, very well defended. Disruption versus DK? No? Even with the armor, right? I mean, DK went... fire. I think with the poison one you get some armor reduction. Imagine illusions would also do it. What's the armor reduction? I haven't played the poison DK yet. I don't really conceptualize what it is, but it looked like a whole lot of armor reduction.
Tower is being attacked.
I'll take that.
Both teams just gonna kind of back it off here. Finish some items. See, working towards that BKB. Like we may also have a Shivas coming for the DP. Or to reduce some of that healing that Timber does. Which I think also sports a bit of healing. Nice. He's got a lot of strength, but...
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
The attack speed reduction, definitely a good thing to have, especially against Jug. Working towards S and Y on Batman. We're still seeing a lot of that item. I don't think it received many, if any, nerfs. Tormentor is going to go down quite quickly. Power of Corrosive Haste. We do have a banner, the fateful banner, being held by Jakiro. They're going to smoke up here on the side of make Turbo once more. They're going to kind of move themselves off this high ground here, kind of just right into Special Agent Blob. They don't quite see them yet. Razor commits a stun here. They do see him this now. Huge ultimate onto that DP, goes down right away. It's going to be huge takedown for this fight. And Radiant just going to try and get out at this point. Just lost her centerpiece there very quickly. Saved there on the Marcy, repositioning. Fortunately, the Jakiro won't be so lucky. And a good smoke play. Did catch them out off guard. Juggernaut was able to blink and do a very, very swift Omni Slash onto the DP. I think that Nullifier probably did a lot of work there to stop the Yule Scepter from keeping them safe. They're going to pressure this top tower. Still only a slight lead now on the side of Special Agent Blob, but hopefully the Dire team looking like they're punching back really hard here. Juggernaut's got items, starting to look like that late game carry that he wants to be. And it goes out onto Batman, getting slowed here. Not much going out, but has another sprint to move away from this faded demon. That's the top tier 2 tower down. Gonna assert themselves into the triangle here, but Sterling coming in with the invis. No vision down to spot him. He's running himself past the enemy team here, behind enemy lines. We do see each other here. So BKB ultimate amplified damage. That's going to take that Timbersaw straight down. Pick up there. Just kind of happenstance meeting that neutral camp. They're still going to push a little bit here into the jungle. We have vision of them. DK kind of caught up here in terms of net worth on second highest to the DP. But Jug closely behind. We do not want to estimate a late game hero like Juggernaut with farm this stage of the game. How one Omni Slash kind of just cut out the team fight here. But they're going to apply pressure here. Exo goes out, getting the disruption onto the DK. Gets the hook off onto him, pulling him into a not a great position. Omni Slash is out, but DK and the Jakiro goes down now. Backle got the Exo out, siphoning where he can. Even Swanson, lots of damage being done here, goes down. Backle, Exo has gone down. Nope, so is still out, my bad. Nice hook there onto the DP. Gonna try to TP out here, but it's a damage. Good amount of damage coming out of that Timbersaw. Overall, a good defense once again by Turbo. Bit of health loss onto their structures here, but overall gained a lot there. Really 5k and tons of XP in that exchange. How the turntables? Definitely looking very strong now for the side of Turbo. Special Agent Blob gonna have to kind of rethink now. They're gonna work themselves into this late game.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
You see a lot of BKBs out. They've got that for them. But really it's this Juggernaut ulti that's just doing a massive amount of damage to a lot of heroes.
Middle tower for Radiant.
Towards a Mjolnir now, which is only going to make that... I'm going to amplify that damage coming out of the Jug. We do have the Agnum Scepter on this Timbersaw now. Very good Agnum's pickup, gonna be able to absorb a lot of damage when it goes off. DP goes, come in with the Exo. It's a 4v5. Omni Slash going out. Does manage to get the Yules off. Gonna keep Spackle alive, and both Juggernaut and the Punch go down there. DK ended up going down as well, so it's 2 for 2 for now. It is on Waffle. It's gonna try to make an escape here. Batman gonna pursue. No, not gonna pursue.
Great conductor.
2 for 2. Pretty even-ish. They did get the Juggernaut down, which is kind of giving them a good XP exchange there. But overall, it's the most even fight we've seen in a while so far. Wow. Ronan Swanson has a defusal. Good for keeping a hero nice and slow so you can get that static link. Let's have the shard. Increases cast range, slows Razor's target by 1 times the amount damage stolen. Lots of slow coming out of the Razor right now. Working themselves towards the disperser. Hopefully being able to keep the mobility down on the Slardar, on the DP. Even on the DK, but I mean DK kinda just stands there and right clicks, but if he's trying to make an escape, it's gonna go a long way. See, just still working on that BKB. Needs a bit of time to get that online. We're seeing an Agnum Scepter being built on the Jakiro. I'm gonna try to make that Macro Pyre more deadly. Is Ancient Blob going to attempt this third Roshan? This one's going to be a little more precarious. We do have the scan coming out on the side of Turbo. They know they're there. Pudge, a scouting hook into the Roche pit. Both teams see this standoff. Their team really wants to commit here. River is no man's land at the moment, but there we go. Hook on the Jakiro. Gets caught out, goes down. Slardar finding the Juggernaut in the backline. There is an Omni Slash that goes out and just hits a bunch of creeps and illusions. That was the Omni Slash, yeah. DK in now, BKB'd. Hook goes out, does not connect. Spackle in with the Exo. The damage being put out here. Juggernaut's still in. Does not need the Omni Slash to be dishing out massive damage onto the side of the Radiant. And that's 4 heroes down. It's just got to run out of here. That's the movement speed. This is the ninja gear. He did end up taking the Juggernaut down. I didn't see exactly what the Juggernaut was. This must have fell to the Exo. They're gonna fight this high ground now. Turbo again. Now ready to put the same kind of hurt that they've been experiencing on their base. Prepare going out. Well, to sort of stop this push. Exopoc's getting low. Gonna hit this. This is gonna give him a lot of regen. Reactive armor. Looks like they're gonna continue to pressure. Still 20 seconds left on the DP death timer. Gonna apply some damage onto this tower. They're gonna back out. Good time to back out. Don't want to find yourself caught out. You don't have your Juggernaut. King's going out. Sterling making his way up into the triangle. Just gonna take back the shrine? Outpost. 50-50. It's either an outpost or a shrine. Spackle working towards this Wind Waker. I don't know, that's a lot of gold committed onto an item that still gets affected by the nullifier, but let's see how that plays out. And we've got a Satanic being built on the DK. Will be huge. Keep that hero alive to be able to right click and do that damage. But we see how DK is starting to fall off now. Not the sort of traditional late game carry. Does have good amount of damage in the kit, but Juggernaut just being able to put out a whole bunch of damage now at this stage. Good Agi hero should. Ronan Swanson getting caught out here by the Jakiro. Double ice path. Goes out to pull back the DK, but he's gonna die for it. Juggernaut ult going down, hitting the DK. Lots of splashes going out. DK at half health. Batman in some trouble here now, up against this JR. So is out doing damage. Pudge has bought back in the fight, gets down the DK. Backle getting low here. Goes down as well. Buybacks on the DK. Razor. And Shakiro has a Shadow Blade to slip out. That joyous Shadow Blade doing work. But not a great fight for the side of the Radiant. Well, there was a buyback on the Pudge, I believe, but nothing else. Make Turbo again. Gonna be able to push up onto this high ground. Still have buybacks in the Slardar. Now, Jakiro gonna do his thing to try to keep this push down. There's a Blink Dagger on that Jug, so has to be careful. This path not quite long enough to connect there. Prepare going out to try and slow this down. Turbo is gonna now move to the top here. Hopefully try to get themselves a second rack. Waiting for these death timers. No buyback on the DP, just shy gold. 100 gold. This looks like the second rack is going to go down. Batman going in. Gonna stop this. We've got Sterling in. Right clicking, Dragon Form. No BKB out yet. There it is, but it's just really, really low. Juggernaut chasing him down. It's Pudge hooked. It's a DK down. Marcy buying back. Try and stop this push. We do have the Exo out. Doing some damage, but taking much, much more damage. In a world of hurt here. I think that healing is just not happening. And Juggernaut hero goes down. Not working now on this mid tower. Marcy just saving Buddy. And this is looking like a successful push on the side of Turbo. Turnaround. Big turnaround. Oof. Nice Yule's dodge. That's what we come to see. Ancient gonna go down here. GG is called. Make Turbo again, perhaps? Mated Turbo? Get the win there. Looked very, very, very bleak for them for most of the game, but able to kind of pull out a couple of good fights on the high ground and able to leverage the late game Juggernaut pick to kind of bring it home. Very close match. Very, very close match. We see a Special Agent Blob taking the lead there. Quite a bit. But quickly turned around. It was only a couple fights in that top lane there. There was one fight in the jungle where they were able to kind of take down the EXO really, really quickly that we saw this sudden shift. DP definitely able to put out a whole lot of hurt into the first half of the game, but seeing how it kind of just starts to peter off once we're getting into the late game, it's the right click Yaji heroes that really start to shine. Good pickup on the nullifier to kind of secure some of those kills. Yeah, I mean the DK performed well, um, but I mean the hero is strong this patch. The hero is really strong, but yeah, going into late game, you do have to face up, and you just don't necessarily have the same kind of kit that's gonna be able to fight back against massive late game damage. The Timbersaw pick was a huge one too. Once the pipe came out, once the Shivas came out, I think this lineup got really crippled. Definitely reducing the healing was kind of a big factor there, I think. Look at these ferric cloaks. How do you say that? Ferric? Ferric? Pyric? Pyric cloak. Interesting to see. We see the numbers on that breakdown. Not sure if that actually ends up showing. Oh yeah. Let's see. So who had one and how much damage did it end up doing? This is essentially a point click blade mail. If I'm understanding it correctly. And it goes back as physical, or I think blade mail reflects the same damage type. If I'm not misremembering. The year. Eh, yeah, it does see it a little bit being used. Man, how was it, Batman? How's the red cloak for you? Oops. It's a bit of damage, though, right? The fact that you have to like, it still hasn't been worked into our muscle memory, right? I think with some neutral items just kind of come out and takes a little bit of time to work into muscle memory to remember to use. Overall, though, super great performance by both teams. Definitely looked one-sided at one point, but this game can just quickly with its comeback mechanics, you can quickly turn around. Quickly turn it. All right, we're gonna flow into game two here. I'm gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna stop the stream for now just so I get the VODs separated. We will be back in 5 minutes.